I want to start networking with big Instagram influencers on the platform, but I'm not even sure if they'll open or read my messages. Where do I start? In this Your Charisma YouTube video, find out how to start messaging any of the top Instagram influencers and to almost always get an open and a reply. Stay tuned. When it comes to growing on Instagram, possibly one of the best ways to increase your overall growth and exposure is to collaborate and communicate with influencers that are already in the niche or community. One of the best ways to do this is to specifically just message them on Instagram. Direct messaging has quickly become one of the fastest ways to communicate as well as collaborate with a lot of the top influencers in your community and or your niche. But a lot of people that are smaller influencers or maybe just brand new accounts or even fans don't really know if they should message the influencer. They have a fear that maybe the influencer won't even open the message, maybe they'll never read it, or maybe they just get skipped over and they don't pay any attention to their followers. However, when it comes to direct messaging, specifically big influencer accounts on Instagram, it's always persistence that's going to beat a lot of the other individuals to an open or even to a reply. Because as an Instagram influencer, you're going to get tons of messages as well as tons of direct messages and tags almost every single day. Filtering through all those messages is a literal job. You're going to have to spend hours just taking the time to read each one, reply, and to start that conversation, because when you dive into each conversation, you probably have about 5 or 10 minutes tied up into that person. So you can understand as an Instagram influencer, it's not on their top priority to answer and to reply to every single direct message, although it should be. That being said, when it comes to persistence, if an Instagram influencer does not reply right away, you should always be sending more messages. Don't become spammy and don't try to oversaturate yourself. Simply space it out, maybe once every 2 days, once every 3 days, and always try to maybe connect yourself and engage with their content to show that you have some value and that you're an active member in their community, and they'll give some more value back to you. In the same form that you guys should use curiosity, information, and educational forms of subject headlines for your emails, you should be doing the same for direct messages. It all ties in. Keywords are one of the strongest factors and one of the best pieces of information to know and understand about your niche, as well as human psychology. If you can combine those two, you can almost increase the overall traffic to your blog post, increase your open rates on your email, and as we're talking now, increase your overall open rates for your direct messages. That being said, I love using the curiosity form of direct messaging headlines because in Instagram, when you send a direct message, typically the first sentence is what's going to show in the inbox of the Instagram direct message. I love to send the questions like, how are you doing? How can I help you? Another great one that I love to use is, would you be interested in collaborating? Or simply, hey, I have a question. When you say, hey, I have a question, typically there could be some value packed inside that question right there that the influencer might take the time to reply and just break open that conversation, because if it's a brand or business, there could be a potential sale that they're missing out on and they want to maximize their profit in every aspect. So that's why you'll typically get a better reply and a better response when you come in with a question first, instead of just asking and kind of bothering the influencer, maybe with a more salesy or a more direct approach. You always want to provide more value than you are receiving. So that being said, as a huge Instagram influencer on the far end that you're trying to reach to, and you being the smaller individual with a smaller account, maybe you can offer some monetary compensation for their overall work together. Maybe you could shout them out more so on all the advertisements. Maybe you could add their brand logo on all the content that is being published. There's a ton of ways to maximize the value that you're bringing to the table for them. That way they feel like they get a sweet deal out of it. And if the collaboration goes well, they'll be more inclined to come back and collaborate further. So guys, that being said, you guys need to start connecting in the Instagram direct messages. Utilizing this open rate and this open technique will increase the overall amount of responses and replies that you get from Instagram influencers. I want you guys to give this a try. Please give me any comments or questions in the comment section down below. I'd love to answer them and talk to you guys. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. Make sure to stay tuned to the next one.